Hello and welcome to this excellent video that we've got for you today on roaring fun. Now today, Sebastian and I are going to review 25 Schleich dinosaurs. 25 of our favourite dinosaurs. In fact, you've just reminded me, Sebastian, we've got 26 because we've got a special one at the end, haven't we? We have indeed. Okay, so let's begin our first dinosaur. So our first dinosaur coming in here is the Giganotosaurus, and this is a Schleich 2014 model, and it was one of the first dinosaurs that Sebastian and I got from Schleich 2014. Now, the Giganotosaurus from the late Cretaceous period, fossils found in Patagonia, Argentina, which is in South America. Believe it or not, the Giganotosaurus lived 30 million years approximately before Tyrannosaurus Rex. Now it's got one of those amazing names, Giganotosaurus. Now what does it mean? Well, it means giant southern lizard. And it was one of the largest known carnivores to have walked planet Earth, weighing in at 14,000 kilograms and growing up to a length of 13 meters. A truly terrifying dinosaur. Now, Sebastian and I love this model because of the detail that is on this rather large skull, from the really large teeth to the wonderfully painted tongue that's in there, but also the crest that you can see on top of this model. Back of the dinosaur. Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's got some lovely colours that go down the back of the dinosaur. Now, these colours were certainly a whole lot brighter when we first got it, because this dinosaur, this model, has had a lot of playing. He's been in a lot of fights. Now, I'm going to hand this dinosaur over to Sebastian to place him onto our Schleich volcano. Rah! And while Sebastian's doing that one, I'm going to get our second dinosaur that we're going to review. Okay, so our second dinosaur that we're looking at today is the Schleich Herrerasaurus from 2015. Like I said, another one of Sebastian and my favourite dinosaurs. Now, the Herrerasaurus coming from the late Triassic period, meaning Herrera's lizard, was a lightly built carnivore, a very, very, very effective predator. Also found in Argentina, South America. Now, this beast could weigh up to 350 kilograms, so definitely a lot lighter than the previous predator, but growing up to 6 meters in length, still an impressive dinosaur. Now, we really like this model. Well, I like it because of the lovely bluey grey colour that this model is. And I also really like the little shade of red that you can see on the under jaw. And it's got some pretty sharp teeth on there. Sebastian, what do you like about this particular model?
I like also the blue and the greyish colour too.
You like the blue and the grey colour. We also like the jaw, don't we, that it can move up and down, and really good for fighting.
Yeah,
it's a really good one, isn't it? Excellent. Usually gets into some really good fights with the Allosaurus, doesn't it?
Yeah,
it does. Now I'm going to pass it.
Or the red Carnotaurus.
Or the red Carnotaurus, and you might see the red Carnotaurus a little later in our video.
And the Allosauruses.
And the Allosauruses as well. I'm going to pass this one over to Sebastian so he can place it onto our Schleich volcano. There we go, Sebastian. Now, Sebastian, we've got a very special one for people now, and I think you're going to like this one too. This one is probably your favourite dinosaur of all time.
Yeah.
What is it, Sebastian? Do you wanna name it? Shout it loud. It is the
Velociraptor.
It's the Velociraptor. Look at this one. And this particular Velociraptor is from Schleich 2011. And like I've said, to many people, this was one of our first dinosaurs that we ever started to collect from Schleich.
And this is our first velociraptor that we got.
It was our first velociraptor that we got as well. Thank you for that, Sebastian. Now, the velociraptor from the late Cretaceous period, 71 to 75 million years ago, just a little bit before the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Now, the name velociraptor, meaning swift Caesar, really does match this wonderful creature. But Sebastian, didn't you also have a name for the velociraptor other than Swift Caesar?
Yeah, it was called.
Yeah.
The other one was called Speedy Thief.
Speedy Thief. Now, Speedy Thief.
And it was one of the fastest dinosaurs that ever could live.
Yeah, that ever lived, especially in the period that it was in the late Cretaceous. Now, Speedy Thief, that's obviously because it was fast, but thief, is that because it was a scavenger?
Yeah.
It would scavenge other dinosaurs' prey. Now, fossils from the Velociraptor, they've been found in a place called the Gobi Desert, which is in Asia, and were found in 1923. Now, we've got an interesting fact here about the Velociraptor. They're a whole lot smaller than what people think. Paleontologists have done their research, and they've measured all the fossils, and actually they were only ever going to grow up to about 2 meters in length maximum, and weighing between 15 and 20 kilograms. Not the size that some well-known movies have made them look. Okay, so the reason why I like this particular model is because of the lovely grey colour on it, but also these yellow patterns that you can see that are on the spine and the back of the Velociraptor.
And I like the pose of it.
You like the pose?
Yeah, it looks ready to attack.
It does look ready to attack, but look at these claws as well, Sebastian, as well. Really, really sharp. What do you think these claws would have been used for?
Probably. So they gripped onto the prey, and when they were hunting,
Yeah.
they had the claw down like the other two there.
Yeah.
But when it was hunting, it put the claw up and gripped onto it.
Ah, so that's how it gripped onto its prey.
Yes.
Wow.
So it couldn't get off, so it could eat
Eat it. What an effective fighting force this Velociraptor would have been. Over to Sebastian to place it onto the Schleich volcano. Okay, so while Sebastian's doing that, I'm going to get our next dinosaur. Well, in fact, this one is a little bit different because we're going to show you our collection of Allosaurus. Now, we've got 3 Allosaurus here.
Did you get the pteranodon?
Did I get the Pteranodon?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I didn't. You go and make sure we've got the Pteranodon for later on in the video. Yeah, so like I was saying, we've got our collection of Schleich Allosaurus. And the first one that we're going to show you today is Schleich's 2006 Allosaurus. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Sebastian. I think this might have been the first ever dinosaur that we ever bought. It was. There we go. Verification from the expert there. Now, let's talk a little bit about the Allosaurus. Now, the Allosaurus from the late Jurassic period. 145 to 155 million years ago. A long time ago. Now, Sebastian, what was the name of Allosaurus? What does Allosaurus mean?
It means different lizard.
Yeah, it means different lizard. Well done.
Because I think, because it had them 2 smallish crests.
On its skull. What great thinking there. Now, this was one of the first well-known theropods that was ever talked about by scientists and paleontologists. Now, lots of these fossils have been found in North America and in Colorado specifically.
And Australia sometimes.
Oh, some have been found in Australia as well. There we go, from Sebastian the expert. Now, these predators, these carnivores, could weigh in at 2,500 kilograms and getting up to a length between 9 and 10 meters. Now that's our first Allosaurus from 2006, the Schleich. And the reason why I like this one is just because it's so small, neat and tidy, and it's in one of those Schleich poses where it looks like it's getting ready to pounce. I'll just pass this one over to Sebastian to place on the volcano while we get the second of our Schleichs ready. Now, like I said, we've got 3 that we're going to review here, and here is the second one, the second Schleich, and this one comes from 2011. Now, the upgrade on this one in 2011, as you can see there, is the movable jaw. It's in a pretty similar pose to the earlier Schleich model, but what we've got is the movable jaw, which makes it very good for fighting.
And that one is the normal one that fights with the Dinosaurs that we looked at before, isn't it?
Ah, yeah, that's right. This one has some really good battles with the Herrerasaurus, even though they were from different periods in time, weren't they? But they were still fighting in our games that we have. Yeah. Now, this particular upgrade has a little bit more of a rubbery texture than the earlier one, which makes it a little bit nicer to feel and play with. Yeah? So I'm going to hand this one over to Sebastian to place on our volcano, which leads me to bring in our third and final Allosaurus from Schleich in 2016, and this one certainly does have a rubbery feel to it, and as you can see, still a very similar pose and still got the movable jaw, but a bit bigger than the previous 2 as well. And as you can see, we've got a little bit of colour just starting to fade because this Allosaurus gets played with a lot too, and finds himself in a lot of battles.
This is that Allosaurus is the mostest one that gets played with.
Why is that?
Because that one and that one is a bit small.
Yeah.
That one doesn't really stand on the
So that isn't a good stand of that other one, the middle one from 2011. But this one stands really well, doesn't it? And I'm sure we're going to test that now, aren't we, when we put him onto the volcano. Thank you, Sebastian. Now, we've got a pretty special one here, and this one is rather large, so who knows where Sebastian's going to place this one on the Schleich volcano. It is the Schleich Brachiosaurus, a fantastic model being introduced here from 2006, this wonderful sauropod, and we're going to review this one from the late Jurassic period, about 153 to 154 million years ago. Now, it's got a couple of names as this Brachiosaurus, this herbivore, hasn't it? Arm lizard and deep chest lizard, I believe. Sebastian, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just thought it was called the arm lizard, but I didn't know it was called deep chest.
But we had a good research of that one, didn't we? And I think when you look at the chest on this model, you can certainly see how deep the chest is. Yeah, and it's got a really long neck as well, hasn't it? Now, this herbivore, when it used to eat its vegetation, it used to swallow them whole, didn't they? Yeah. And now, this wonderful dinosaur, the fossils, have been found also in Colorado, North America. Now, this is really an impressive beast, and when we play our top trumps, now Sebastian and I have created our own dinosaur top trumps, and in another video we can show you how cool they are. We always like getting the Brachiosaurus because of its weight. Now, they could weigh even bigger than 60,000 kilograms, and sometimes up to 80,000 kilograms. That is really heavy.
One of the heaviest dinosaurs
that has ever lived.
Not as heavy as the Argentinosaurus.
That's a good point, and I think the Argentinosaurus might be reviewed on a different on a different video. Thank you there, Sebastian. But like I've said, weighing up to 80,000 kilograms, between 18 and 21 meters in length, and could sometimes get up to 15 meters in height. Now, one of the reasons why I like this particular Schleich model from 2016 is actually how big it is. It really is a huge beast. Sebastian, any reasons why you like this one specifically?
Well, I like the Brachiosaurus because that pose is really good, and where the head's pointing, it looks like it's knowing, like some predators are about to attack.
So
ready to attack.
So it's on guard. That's a really good point about the tail, because it does look like the tail is getting ready there to ward off any predators that come near it.
Yeah, like the one that we looked at before, Allosaurus.
Oh, because they're both from the Jurassic period.
Yeah, and they both lived. Sometimes that Allosaurus lived normally nearly everywhere.
Oh, right.
Not all continents.
Not all continents. Do you want to put this Brachiosaurus on our volcano whilst we get our next dinosaur sorted? Now, this next dinosaur that's coming, I really do. Oh, everything's fallen. Let's get them on there. Next dinosaur that we're going to look at is actually one of my favourite Schleich models, largely because of the detail. Well, the dinosaur we're going to look at next is the Schleich 2016 Acrocanthosaurus. What a really cool model this one is, and we'll talk about the model in a minute after we've given you some information. Yeah, so it comes from the mid-Cretaceous period, and obviously was a carnivorous theropod. Now, I believe that many of these, Sebastian, fossils of the Acrocanthosaurus were found in the United States of America, in the US, the states of Oklahoma, Texas, and Wyoming. Really good. And these carnivores could grow up to 11.5, 12 meters in length. So they really were a big mid-Cretaceous dinosaur and could weigh 6,000 kilograms. Now, I said before that it was one of my favourite Schleich models, and it is because of this spine, this wonderful blue spine that it's got. And it's got some really excellent detail on that spine, as well as its skull, if you can see there, its teeth. Sebastian, do you like this model?
Yeah. This is one of my favourites because it has that blue crest.
Oh, you like the blue as well, yeah?
And it's on the pose that it's going to attack.
Oh, yeah.
It normally gets fighted with a lot and played with.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah. And that's because of the pose, doesn't it? It looks like it's grabbing its prey, or grabbing the other dinosaur that it's fighting. Yeah. Excellent. Here we go. Onto the volcano. Okay, so we're going to get our next dinosaur. In fact, it's another double, Sebastian. Our next one is another double that we're going to look at. While Sebastian's getting that safely onto the volcano, I think you might have to move that one to a little bit of a safer pose, maybe there, maybe down at the front. I don't know. That's entirely up to you.
Maybe at the back.
You're going to put it at the back?
This.
Yeah.
Has a really good.
Oh, it's got a good pose for it to be front on, isn't it? So we can see those arms. But I think it's going to be a little bit unsteady there. Is he going to get it on? Of course he has, because he's an expert. Fantastic.
Just got to watch it so it doesn't fall.
Yeah, we're going to watch it.
And probably hit all the Dinosaurs that we looked at first.
Yeah, we don't want to do that, do we? Because we might get some sort of tumbling waterfall of dinosaurs that fall off our table. Okay, so our next one, like I've said, is our Carnotaurus. So, the first one that we're going to look at is the Schleich Carnotaurus from 2012. And as you can see, this particular model has been played with a great deal. Before we talk about the model, let's have a talk about some information from the late Cretaceous period. Yeah, 70 to 72 million years
And
ago.
this one also lived in South America and Argentina.
It did indeed. Thank you very much for that, Sebastian. You keep me right on my toes. Now, I only found this one out recently about what Carnotaurus means, but you worked it out by looking at the different parts of its name, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's called, it means meat-eating bull.
That's right, isn't it?
Because
What a great name, meat-eating bull.
it eats meat and it looks like a bull.
Do you think that's why it's called that? Yeah. Is that because of the horns
Yeah.
on the top there? Yeah.
Probably.
A well-known dinosaur as well, and has appeared in quite a few movies as the Carnotaurus. And they
Like
could...
in Jurassic World.
Oh, right. And they can grow up to 9 meters in length and 3,000 kilograms. And this has got a really nice rubbery feel. But the Schleich upgrade, if I just give you this one to Sebastian, whilst I bring the upgrade in, from 2016, I think is even better. Completely different colour, Sebastian, isn't this one?
That's the one that's out. Because this one
Yeah?
probably would be retired now.
Or do you think?
Maybe.
Yeah, well,
Maybe retired.
this one from 2016 is the one that I think people would probably like to buy most now, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree with that one.
It's the orange.
It's your
The
new,
orange version.
the orange version. I think it's your favourite one, isn't it? The orange version. And this one is very rubbery, and as you can see, there's some really good detail on the back and the spine there, and its horns are a little bit bigger.
Also, that the red one that we just looked at
Yeah.
normally gets fighting with the Tyrannosaurus over there and the Allosaurus.
That's the one. Yeah, yeah.
And that one normally gets played with the that Allosaurus.
Or the one on the left there that's just out of shot. Should we pass it over to you now so you can put this one on the volcano or around it? Because I think we're going to run out of room.
Yeah, and we've got loads more.
We have, haven't we? We've got loads more in our box. Now, the next one that we're going to look at is one of Sebastian's newest dinosaurs that he's got. And in fact, you only got it a few months ago, around the Easter period, didn't you?
Yeah.
And here we go. It is the Schleich Baryonyx from 2019. Wonderful. We'll talk about the model in a minute. But it was an early Cretaceous dinosaur, approximately 130 million years ago, with a really cool name, Baryonyx, because it means heavy claw. Yeah. Now, the other reason why we like this one, and we've watched lots of documentaries on the Baryonyx, is that it was first discovered in Surrey, England. Yeah, there we go. And loved to live and loved to catch its prey around the waterside because it mainly feasted on fish. That's right.
We don't really know if it actually was a scavenger, because I think it might have been a scavenger.
You think it might have been a scavenger? And that's interesting. Now, these creatures could grow up to 10 metres in length and 1,700 kilograms. Now, let's get on to this model from Schleich in 2019, because I think it's one of their best ones that they've ever made.
Yeah.
And I think
It's not as good as the Papa one.
Oh, right.
Papa one.
That's controversial there. But we do like this one though as well, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do like this one. I like it because not only because of the lovely blue colour, but also because of these little markings that it's got in it as well. And I think I also like it because it's newer as well, and it hasn't had as many fights as some of the other ones.
Yeah.
There we go.
That one normally gets fighted with. No, I don't think it actually has got fighting with any.
Do you not think it's got a partner to fight with? Oh, the one thing I forgot to talk about here was how well Schleich have got the jaw of the Baryonyx here. The long snouted jaw, a little bit like a crocodile, so it's easier to get that fish from the water. And the same with its heavy claw there. I'll just give that one to Sebastian to place onto the volcano. Excellent. Now, The next one that we're going to look at is...
Yeah, it has to go to the water.
Ah, good idea, next to the water. The next one that we're going to look at has certainly been played with a lot. And at one point, it was one of Sebastian's ultimate favourites. It's the Schleich 2015 Barapasaurus. And as you can see there, it's had a few fights and it's seen better days. But really is a cool model. And it's so big. But the Barapasaurus from the early Jurassic period, 183 to 196 million years ago. Oh, go on, you tell me.
Leg.
Oh, big-legged lizard. Well done, Sebastian. And it was one of the earliest sauropods. Well done. No, that's really good. And was actually found in southern India.
But not the earliest of all of them.
Oh, was it not?
No.
I'm sure we'll get onto that.
Platysaurus.
Oh, I'm pleased you're here telling me all these fun facts. So, this Barapasaurus could grow to 15 metres in length and 14,000 kilograms. Look at this. A really good early Jurassic dinosaur. And Schleich have done a wonderful job with this model. Not only because it's so big and really heavy, you can see the thickness there of its chest and its body.
And it looks like it's ready to attack something, doesn't it?
It does actually look like it's ready to stomp on something, doesn't it? Maybe ward off some of those predators with those fantastic spikes there. And if you do play with it a great deal, like we do, and sometimes some of the theropods grab hold of its neck, you can see that some of its spikes do come off. But still, still a wonderful model there.
And it still gets played with a lot.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah, it loves roaming the Jurassic Jurassic plantations that we create for it, doesn't it? The valleys that we create for it. Lovely. There we go. Hand it over to Sebastian.
And I do not know where that one's going to go.
You don't know where it's going to go?
Running out of space.
We are running out of space. Might have to go in front of the volcano, maybe.
Yeah, front. Yeah, probably. Let's put this.
I'll just get this next dinosaur while you're placing that one.
I just thought about that dinosaur.
Which one? This next one?
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to give it away. The next dinosaur that we're going to look at. In fact, there's two of this that we're going to look at. We're going to look at the Schleich Therizinosaurus, and here it is from 2013. Now, I can remember when we bought this one, we were so shocked by how big it was and how sharp these claws were and how real life it was.
I thought it would have been smaller than the T-Rex that we'll look at later.
Oh yeah, the actual model size, because it's pretty much the same size as the T-Rex model, isn't it?
Really taller, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Now, this particular dinosaur is from the late Cretaceous, and its name comes after its claws, meaning scythe lizard. Now, it's first found, the fossils of this was first found in Mongolia, in the Gobi Desert.
Deserts, like the velociraptor that we looked at before.
Ah, good thinking, Sebastian. I'm happy that you're on this video telling me what's going on with some of these dinosaurs. So much information. Now, the Therizinosaurus could grow up to 10 meters in length and weigh 5,000 kilograms. Some massive statistics there for you. Now, as I pass this one over to Sebastian, I'm going to bring in the second of the Therizinosaurus that we've got, and it's from 2014.
And that's the one. That's the one that I like, because that one can stand more better than the older one.
Yeah,
that we looked at just then.
The adult one now. This is the juvenile one, and it's got some pretty sharp and impressive claws here. This is from Schleich in 2014, so a year later. I really like the colour of this one. It's such a great yellowy green luminous colour.
I think you can't get that one on its own, because we got it, didn't we? Get it with the young Triceratops that we're gonna look at
Oh, yeah, that's correct. If I give you this one, yeah, wonderful. I'm pleased, honestly, Sebastian, I'm really pleased that you're telling me all this information. Because sometimes I would forget this information. Now, we're going to move on to probably the most well-known dinosaur ever.
And the king.
Oh, the king. The king, a bit like Elvis Presley, from the Upper Cretaceous period, 66 to 68 million years ago.
And one of the biggest carnivorous dinosaurs.
And I think we all know what it's going to be. It's going to be the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Now, this one from Schleich in 2011, as you can see, has been played with a great deal.
Because the yellow is fading away.
And the blue's fading away, isn't it? The amount of times that this beast has been fighting.
And that Tyrannosaurus, like we will look at on another video.
Yeah.
The Stegosaurus. One of our Stegosauruses came with that volcano.
And this Tyrannosaurus fights that Stegosaurus.
Yeah, but that Stegosaurus came with the volcano like that.
Oh right, yeah, it did indeed. That's great information. So,
I remember buying that T-Rex.
Can you?
Yeah.
You can remember buying most of your dinosaurs, can't you? Because you love them so much. So this particular one, its name, well, not this particular one, but the Tyrannosaurus, meaning tyrant lizard king. Yeah. Most of the fossils.
But that's the one that normally gets played with second. Because probably the next one we'll get.
So we're going to review. Yeah.
Review or look at.
Gets played with the most.
Yeah, gets played with the most. The light green one.
It does indeed, doesn't it? Okay, so let's say a bit of information about this tyrant lizard king. And as we know, one of the most popular dinosaurs out there. I would say that yes, it is indeed the most common. Yeah, from the fossils found in Western North America. This carnivore had a huge skull. This theropod had a huge skull and was one of the most efficient and effective predators of all time. Could grow to 12 to 13 meters in length and weigh 12,000 kilograms. Now, if I pass this one over to Sebastian, I can get out our second Tyrannosaurus Rex. And
That's
this one,
my favourite of all of them.
This one's your favourite one, and this is the Schleich 2013 one. And
that's the not the earliest.
No.
Not the secondest. Not the second, but the last one, I think.
The last one you think for what?
That actually came out.
Oh no, I think there's one more. One more that comes out, and I think that the next one that we'll look at comes out in 2016. This one from 2013, as you can see here, a lovely yellowy green colour. And this certainly gets played with, like Sebastian said. And the reason why I like this one the most is because of the detail that's on the tongue there. If I pass this one over to Sebastian to place on our volcano display, whilst I get the final of the Schleich dinosaurs, which is the 2016 version. Look at this one. What a wonderful model this one is from Schleich in 2016. And as you can see, the teeth are a little bit larger here and look a little bit more lethal. And the wonderful detail that's on this model. So realistic.
And that one, it actually is realistic, like you just said.
Go on, tell me why you think it's realistic.
Because I think it's the running T-Rex.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's pouncing on something.
It does indeed, looking for its prey, doesn't it?
But that one does too. I'm not too sure about if that one is.
Yeah, you think that these two are more in that running pose. Okay, I pass this one over to you, Sebastian, so we can move on. And the next particular dinosaur that we're going to be looking at is going to be another herbivore. And in fact, we've got how many of these ones that we're going to look at? How many of these Triceratops have we got to look at? We're going to look at 3 of them. And the first one that we're going to look at is from 2011, another one of Sebastian's first dinosaurs that he got. Now, the Triceratops, meaning 3-horned face, from the late Cretaceous period, it's about 68 million years ago. It was like a herbivore, like we said before, and lived around the time of the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Now, these fantastic, really stocky herbivores could actually grow between 7 and 9 meters in length and weigh a really heavy 6,000 kilograms. Now, this particular Schleich model is really strong and sturdy, and one of the reasons why we really like this one for fighting. If I just pass this one over to Sebastian so we can bring in our second Triceratops. Now, this one actually is from 2017, and it's a little bit of an upgrade in colour and a bit more of a rubbery feel. And as you can see, what they've added to it is the red on its spine, its back, and there on its frill. Another really large dinosaur, and a really, really, really nice model from Schleich. They've really done well with this one. I'll pass this one over to Sebastian whilst I get the final of the Triceratops that we're going to look at today, which is the juvenile Triceratops. Now, the juvenile Triceratops from Schleich, here it is, comes from 2014, and I think that the colour of this Triceratops is really cool. Sebastian, why do you like this one?
Well, that's my favourite of all the Triceratops.
Yeah.
I like that one. It looks in a good pose, and and that yellow and the browny, orangey colour.
That is a really unusual colour, isn't it?
You don't normally see that on most of the dinosaurs.
No, you don't. That's a really good point. Yeah, I like that one. And I like how it goes from a yellowy colour, but it's got this dark line here, and then we've got that really, really unusual colour there. Yeah, orangey brown. Yeah. Pass this one over to Sebastian then to place somewhere on our display, but we are running out of room. But we've only got a few left. And the one that we're going to move on to now is from Schleich 2013. And this is the Schleich Pentaceratops, the red Pentaceratops with the unusual pose. Now, these Pentaceratops were around in the late Cretaceous period, 73 to 76 million years ago. Found also in North America. It's also got another cool name, meaning 5-horned face. Well done, yeah. But what you can see here...
We didn't talk about what Triceratops means, did we?
Yeah, we did, yeah.
It means 3-horned face.
It did, and I'm pretty sure we said that, but if not, we've said it now. But what I wanted to mention, how the frill of the Pentaceratops is actually larger than the Triceratops as well. Yeah. Now, these herbivores could grow up to between 7 to 9 meters in length too, and weigh 5,000 kilograms. I really like this Schleich model. Well, not only because of the red colour, but because of the detail that they've got on this rather large skull. Its horns, its frill, and even the little yellow on its eyes. What a really cool model. So I'll just pass this one over to Sebastian to place on our display. Remember, there's a little bit of room as well for later on over by that Brachiosaurus, I think. But we are running out of room. Okay, so the next one we're looking at is the Schleich Styracosaurus from 2012. Now, we have got a confession to make about this one, and the reason why we added this one is because of how much it's been played with. It really is a cool dinosaur to play with, and this poor dinosaur has been in a lot of fights over the years, hasn't he?
Because over the years, its horn has been breaking.
Yeah.
Parts.
Can you remember which dinosaur broke it? It broke the horn. Which fight was it in? Because I can't remember.
It was in, I think it might have been in one of the biggest dinosaurs that we're going to look at near the end.
I know what you're talking about. And we'll get onto that later. And look at its tail as well. I think it's been bitten by a velociraptor. Look at the tail at the end. But really is a cool model.
And it still gets played with a lot.
Does indeed, doesn't it? Now this Cretaceous dinosaur, approximately 75 million years ago, means spiked lizard. Yeah, and actually a lot of these were found in Alberta, Canada, and could grow up to 5.5 meters in length and 2,700 kilograms. Over to you, Sebastian, to try and place it on our display. I'm just wondering whether there's a little bit of room there, Sebastian, as well, by our juvenile Therizinosaurus for later on.
Yeah, that's it. I know what I'm going to put there.
You know what you're going to put there? Oh. Now, we're going to look at two of the dinosaurs that Sebastian was talking about a minute ago there. And it is the Schleich Spinosaurus. Now, the first one that we're going to look at is the Schleich 2011 Spinosaurus, and this really cool beige colour. Now, a few facts about Spinosaurus. Yeah, a few facts, yeah. From the Cretaceous period, 94 million to 112 million years ago. Among the largest of all the carnivorous dinosaurs.
Not the dinosaurs.
No, not dinosaurs, carnivorous dinosaurs ever found. Now, the name Spinosaurus, Sebastian, you're going to help me with that one. What does it mean?
Spine lizard.
Spine lizard.
And that's caused that big, huge spine.
The sail that it's got on its back there. And the second one that we're going to look at, it's got an even bigger spine, hasn't it? Now,
and it's a bit different to the really old one.
it is, isn't it? Oh, this is the old one. This is the 2011 one. This is the first one, isn't it? And this is one of the first dinosaurs that we ever got. This one, this Spinosaurus, has also been into a lot of fights. And I think it was this one that was fighting the Styracosaurus that broke its horn and broke its tail. Yeah. Now,
Maybe the Velociraptor.
oh, maybe the Velociraptor did break its tail. But this particular dinosaur, the Spinosaurus, was found in North Africa and would also eat fish, similar to another dinosaur on our display there.
Baryonyx.
The Baryonyx. Now these huge carnivores, probably the biggest carnivore found, could grow up to 18 meters in length and could weigh 15,000 kilograms.
And that claw, I think it hasn't been broken off. I think it was supposed to be like that.
Oh, do you? I think it might have been broken off into one of its many fights.
Yeah.
Pass it over to you, Sebastian, so we can talk about our 2014 version, a very different colour.
And a very different one.
Yeah, a different pose, isn't it? It's got a very different pose.
That one's called a torpedo Spinosaurus.
Is it?
Yeah, because it has four legs along the ground.
Ah.
As the one that I'm going to put down here.
Yeah.
I'm going
You're going to move that one there. But here we go with this model. This is my favourite of the two. And it's pretty much because of the colour, but also because of the huge spine that it's got there on the back, the huge sail. But also, if you notice on this one, the jaw has got some fantastically sharp teeth in there as well. Good for eating its fish. Okay, Sebastian, I'm going to place this one down. Okay, so the next one that we're going to look at is going to be not a dinosaur, but in fact is a...
Not a swimming creature.
It's not a plesiosaur. What is it?
Or a chronosaur or a...
What is it then?
Pliosaur. It's a pterosaur.
It's a pterosaur.
Called
Pteranodon. Excellent. Now, Sebastian, you're going to tell me about this one. What period was this one from?
It was also from Cretaceous.
Yeah.
And it also lived in North America.
Oh, right.
T-Rex.
Oh, wow. And did it eat fish?
Yeah.
It did eat fish, didn't it?
And its sometimes maybe 8 little rodents and
little mammals.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Or dinosaurs.
Or little dinosaurs. Wow. Now this particular model I really do like, and I think what Schleich have done here have really made sure that the 12-meter wingspan has been covered by this fantastic model of 2017 Schleich, and the colours Schleich have really got it good here with that lovely red and the lovely yellow beak. Going to pass this one over to Sebastian. And now, unfortunately, we've come to the end of our video. But
we've got one more to
I've got one more to look at. We've got the special, haven't we?
Yeah,
now,
that's my favourite of all of the dinosaurs that I've got.
All of the
right
models
now.
that you've got right now, yes. And it is the Schleich Krylosaurus. Look at this one here. And this one was also from 2019, the same as the Baryonyx. And Schleich have done fantastically well here with this particular model.
The Postosuchus that hasn't been put in the video.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it's going to be put in one of our other videos.
Yeah, and we can review that one, and people can tune in and have a listen to our review on that one. But this particular dinosaur, the Krylosaurus from the early Jurassic period, was actually found in Antarctica. It was the first to be discovered.
Yeah.
And you know its name, don't you, Sebastian? Krylosaurus means
Cold-crested
lizard. Excellent. Carnivore as well? Yeah?
Yeah, but I think it didn't eat dinosaurs.
Okay.
I think it ate some of the rodents
Yeah.
and pterosaurs.
All right. Some extra facts there from our expert Sebastian. And as you can see here, and I think Schleich have got this one really well, is that it was largely well built, and it was actually the largest known theropod of the early Jurassic period, 6.5 meters in length.
That most people know.
That we know about. Yeah, really good. There could be others that are found.
Yeah.
And this,
That's huge.
indeed. And the Krylosaurus could weigh up to 500 kilograms. And the model that Schleich have got here, with the really good use of colours, the blue and the red, is really interesting.
And the darky.
Yeah, the dark line that it's got halfway through. Really, really good. And as Sebastian has said there, he's probably his favourite dinosaur he's currently got at the moment. And there we go, the final one that Sebastian's going to place on our display. And while Sebastian is doing that, I'm going to say goodbye from me, and I'm sure Sebastian's going to give you a nice big wave at the front. You're going to give a wave, Sebastian? Say bye to everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for tuning in to Roaring Fun.
And